What is up, bros and hoes? It's Ashley OpTic MiDNiTE, and today we are doing Power Down episode 3, okay? And we have our first ever guest ever. Okay, we got the usual suspect, me, and Amanda the Jedi, okay? And then our first ever guest today is going to be Davis, a.k.a. Hitch It Ride, a.k.a. OpTic Hitch. This guy
he's
has
real
been
OpTic now.
Yeah, he's been around the community. I've known of him, and I've known him for a very long time. So
very long time. Very long time.
Yeah, I think like you're literally the perfect guest to have as our first guest. And you were one of the most requested ones too. There's a bunch of requested ones too that we will get to, but we thought Hitch would be a very good first guest. So I don't know if I'll just should I let the guests intro themselves? Like our first episode, I let Amanda intro herself, and I'm sure like a ton of people have already heard of Hitch, but just in case they haven't, Hitch, give me like the 140 characters version of you.
I somehow got into the OpTic house a year and a half ago, and I just kind of do videos for them.
Yes.
For the Nation channel, and then kind of built my own, brand up from there.
Yeah, his staple series is Vision. It's a doc-style series that follows all of the teams and content creators just within OpTic, like anything OpTic that's happening, he covers it. You're going to the event this weekend, right?
Yeah, we leave on Thursday, and then we have Worlds the next weekend for Halo.
For Halo.
That's already like happening?
Yeah, it's happening.
Were the qualifiers like just...
Yeah,
like damn,
yesterday.
They do it quick. They're like, all right, let's go.
Very, very snappy this year.
Is it $2 million again?
I think it's only one this year. Only 1 million.
Only $1 million.
Only $1 million. What happened? I bet everyone quit.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
That's why no one plays this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Well,
one
that's
guy
cool.
leaves.
I'm really excited for the COD event because I don't know. Do you feel like the COD team is like really confident, and isn't it kind of eerie when they start to get confident like this? Do you feel that eeriness?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I feel the eeriness.
Do you think it's different this time?
The only time I feel eerie is when it gets close to champs, because then they start going really hard. Like they play all the time, and they're always talking, and they're always like communicating, and then somehow something happens at champs, and I don't know what it is.
Did they just get in their own head or something? Like, I guess you wouldn't really know, but...
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's what I was saying, because it feels like the last 2 years they went in like pretty... Even last year after the...
Last year they dominated going into it.
And they were like almost robotic going into it. Like, like, we're really confident. We're not going to say we're going to win, but we're really confident. So
well, even the year before that, they had a LAN at like the old OpTic house.
I remember that.
They played... The OpTic Gaming guys played the OpTic Nation guys, and I think it was TK.
It was TK.
Was it TK? Okay, it was another.
It might have been like no, it wasn't EG, was it? No, I think it was TK.
It wasn't EG.
They wouldn't have been around.
I don't know who it was. I think it was TK. And I remember Seth telling me he was like they went literally 4 days straight only losing 2 maps, and they played all day, and so they go from that to just that's why they went into that tournament so cocky.
Yeah.
And then they just got, I guess, woken up by FaZe that year.
Yeah,
it was crazy. I don't know. I don't think there's like an eerie feeling, especially since like Ian and Damon have been getting hit off for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've seen that on Twitter. Like,
they like haven't. Yeah, they like haven't been able to have like adequate practice time. Damon said when we do practice, we do well, but. I mean, it's just so frustrating to try to even scrim that.
Well, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully they can come out this tournament and do as well as they did in Paris. But
just one event at a time, I suppose, is the best way to do it.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like they didn't like IW was kind of rough for everybody starting off this year. I found so it's not like BO3 when they just came in and just smacked everybody out the gate. Like I feel like they had to like work up to where they are now. So I think they won't. I don't know. I think I hope it's. I feel like it's going in a better direction this year. Personally, like they just seem to be kind of like working smoother.
They all hated the game when it first came out.
Yeah.
And now the fact that like they're winning a bit more.
Yeah.
And they're starting to like the game more and want to play it more. And so
yeah, you got to catch your groove. Well, I think it's really interesting. They've been doing this like repeatedly, even through Black Ops 3. They did this. They'll do like a major patch like a week or so before a LAN, and it just like is like, okay, well, the guns you've been using are completely different now. So good luck, have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, typical Call of Duty fashion.
Yeah,
exactly.
Basically.
Now, I actually have a topic quickly, or just kind of, it should have probably been part of the introduction. You said you had a continuation of Ashley's story as to how.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you that
you
too.
You had the other end of the story.
I put you on total blast.
Yeah, what the
by accident? It was an accident.
And to be honest, I was like, I wonder if she forgot about that.
No, it's literally the front of my memory.
Yeah,
oh,
so
great.
But I didn't. I literally, when you were like, "There's more to the story," I was like, "Huh? What? What did I do?"
Yeah. So,
if you guys are missing the story, it happened in episode 1 of how I met Hitch for the very first time on Xbox Live in 2010.
2010. That was 7 years ago.
Literally 7 years, like almost a decade ago. Like we are old.
Yeah, a little bit.
Very old. And I remember. I remember buying, like, I remember talking to Blake, and I don't know if you guys know who Blake is, but I still talk to Blake to this day. And I was like, dude, I just saw this tweet from MiDNiTE, and he was like OpTic MiDNiTE? I was like, yeah. I was like, I think I could get on her friends list.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? I was like, yeah. And this is crazy.
How old were you? You had to be like 17 at the time or something?
Yeah, 16 or 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. No, I think I was like 16. And like me and Blake would like come home from school like every day and watch like Predators videos and stuff like that, like hardcore underground closet nerd stuff. Like we'd come home from soccer practice and watch like video game stuff. And so he was like, "Oh, you should do it then." I was like, "All right, I'll do it." So on the way, I got like the 1,600 Microsoft points, and then on the way to like my girlfriend's house at the time, I like stopped at a public library.
Dude, no, you did not. You had like I just pictured you like walking in with the card.
I'm not gonna waste $20 or $10. It was $10. I'm not gonna waste $10. Whereas like somebody's gonna get it to you first, so I stopped at a public library and I
pause for just a sec. Was I soliciting this, or like you just like it was kind of like a thing at the time? Like you'd give.
No, it was a thing.
It was a thing.
You were the first one to like stop doing it. I remember because everyone used to do that. Like everybody.
Like they would accept the Microsoft points. I buy shit for my avatar. Like my avatar was on fleek because of these people that would just like they would send me the codes and be like, add me up, and I'd either redeem the code and add them, or like I just leave it. I wouldn't touch the code and be like, no thanks. So I'm sorry. This was common practice back in 2010. Hashtag sellout. My avatar was on fleek.
That was before sellout was even a thing. Like people would just make videos saying, hey, like the new map pack is coming out. If you guys would like to like see videos of me playing it, then just send me some Microsoft points and I'll add you. And it was like, it wasn't even weird at the time. It was just like a thing. Mm-hmm. And then, so I like did it and then I got on your friends list and then we never played.
Well, no, I definitely never played. And this was one of the reasons.
That wasn't part of the deal.
Yeah, this was one of the reasons. I mean, this is one of many things that I've learned in my time being like a YouTuber streamer. If you accept money or monetary valued things for a favor in return, like play with me or do whatever, can you, I don't know, like my video or whatever. It gets messy because then there's an expectation and I don't care. So I don't, it makes me sound like an asshole, but I don't want to play with a random guy. I want to play with my friends. So sorry, I stopped doing it because they would send me mean messages and then I'd feel bad because I'm like, they had expectations. So
makes perfect sense.
Sorry, Davis. But I don't remember how this happened. But I remember you like linking me. Maybe it was on Twitter. You like linked me a montage, and I was like, "Dope" or something. Like I actually watched it.
This is so embarrassing. You know where it was? It was through the old. OpTic gaming.
Like message boards, bro.
It was like there was like a website at one point.
Yeah.
And there was like you could contact the people in OpTic.
Oh,
and I was like, hey, like
yes.
this was when like I had stopped playing for a long time, for like a year and a half or something like that. And then when I came back and started playing with Blake, like that's when we started making like videos. Like we were trying to make videos.
Yeah.
So I was like, I remember like a long time ago I added like MiDNiTE, so maybe she would remember. And then
So was
like,
I your like
you.
choice OpTic member to add? Or what?
I mean, yeah, basically. Back then I watched all of your videos, I watched all of D-Treats' videos, and I watched all of Predator's videos.
Dude,
So
D-Treats was a tank, man.
yeah. Really insane.
I remember there was like a OpTic website before the OpTic website now, and we had like these corny ass player cards. Like I'm tempted to look for it on my computer. I'm gonna actually look for it and see.
Video.
It's so bad.
Is that when you were like the leader of like a all girls team?
I was like the leader of the girls team, and like I would go on the Hex was actually like happy because I was always on the message boards where like most other OpTic members didn't give a shit. It was like a baby OpTic Reddit, not even close to it. It was like the first like
that's what everything was back in the day. It was just these random message boards for every single topic you could want.
Yeah.
And, like, if you saw how it was like organized, it's like going back to the internet in 2007 or something like that. Like, it literally looks like everything's big huge bubbles, and you can
vibrant colors, blocks.
Yeah, exactly, it was bad. I'm super hard looking for the image, but I don't think I'm gonna find it in my just terrible.
I feel like I just saw it the other day in something.
It's like where I'm going like this, right? Yes. I'm doing like a gang sign or something in
like,
this picture.
I love it.
Whatever happened to all of those girls, you know?
Bro, all right, listen. So here's
all girls.
Here's what happened with the OpTic Girls team, okay? The original inception, okay, was I knew this girl named Lauren, and her name was QSL, Quick Scoping Lauren, all right? And by the way, guys, before I get into this, sometimes their cameras are freezing. I can't figure out exactly what that is. If it's Skype, yeah, like it's a little, it looks, my camera's perfect. But sometimes Skype, like even before I open my XSplit, Skype does this to the cameras. So if you know how to fix that, or maybe we'll try Google Hangouts, we'll get this to stop lagging. But okay, so the OpTic Girls team, that's the reason I was recruited to OpTic. We were going to do like competitive game battles, like we were going to compete, okay? And so do you remember OpTic ISIS?
I actually have a story about her too. Yeah.
Dude, okay. So she was the first ever girl in OpTic, okay? And I don't know, I forget what happened. She did something bad. She got kicked. And on her way out, she recommended this girl named QSL. And I had met QSL through this girl clan that I'd been playing with at the time. I met a bunch of, like, because when you find a girl, like this back in 2010, when you find a girl playing, it's like finding a freaking unicorn, right? So automatically you're friends most of the time. Like when I'd meet girls online, I'd add them right away. Hey, let's play sometime. Hey, I have an all-girl clan, which is like the nerdiest thing ever, but it was dope. And we would play Search and Destroy.
This is literally like 2000.
Yeah, like we would do six women's,
2008, something like that.
6 men's, 6 women's, I guess, in Search on Modern Warfare 2. And so I met QSL through that. She was legit good. She was legit a girl. She was legit like a good girl player too. And so she recommended me basically for the girls team. I did like a tryout, which was like really weird. It was like a private match thing with like Diesel and Jay were in there, and it was crazy. So they ended up picking us all out. And I think it was like Shenanigans, Lauren,
okay,
Cali Girl's still around. She's super cool.
Yeah.
She's super
I
nice.
saw that she's still doing like Twitch stuff, right?
Yeah, I met her in person like a couple of years ago, I think, at MLG Anaheim.
Awesome.
Yeah, so she's legit. But like, and Skittles, and I think Adriana came later. But anyway, you remember?
I met Adriana.
Yeah, I've met her plenty of times. She's super nice. Yeah. But so what happened was we hit 100K on Nation, and Hector was like, okay, we're going to do video thank yous. We need your videos by this time. And like, this was still in 2010. So it was like some people could either still not have a webcam, or have a potato webcam, basically. Sorry, my cat's gonna join me at a couple different times throughout the night. But
back when you could get away with being like, no, sorry, I don't have a webcam. You know, it's I don't have any way to talk to you right now. It's fine.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So like a couple of these girls, like they weren't submitting their thing. Like I did it right away because I don't give a frick. You know, even I'll have to. I should react. I should react to the video of it because it's so bad. Like my hair looks terrible. Like the lighting's terrible. I'm recording it with like this shitty
that video has so many views though.
Dude, it's so bad. Don't even look at it.
He's on the hype.
Don't even look at it, Davis. It's so bad. I have to. But so anyway, these two girls don't want to do it, and one of them ends up just leaving OpTic right before like the deadline to right before the deadline to like put the video in. And so we were like, that's really weird. Who just leaves OpTic? And so we think they were catfish. They had to have been. Catfish. They were probably, which is fine. I mean, it was 2010. Catfishing was still somewhat. Yeah, like now if you catfish, it's like impossible.
Yeah.
Like there's just a guy walking around that was in OpTic as a girl for 2 months.
He just can't say shit about
it. I don't think they were guys. I just think they were girls who used fake pictures and didn't want to get found out. Because I think they were legit girls. Because I talked to them a lot. Unless this guy went through the trouble to like really sound like a chick. I mean, it was
possible.
They sounded very girly.
Just give it to them.
Well, yeah.
Just let them have it.
Seriously.
I will say you were the first person to say that Reaps wasn't a girl.
She wasn't. It was like 4 dudes, dude. It pissed me off so bad. Because I was constantly compared.
I was like, I wonder if she's just a hater.
Bro, I was low-key.
Person like a hater?
And then, like, what was it? Like a year or 2 later, it finally gets exposed that model.
Bro, yeah, it was.
I just imagine like one single video on Ashley's channel, just being like, "I told you so."
Dude, nah, listen, I did make a video about it, but Amanda, do you know who we're talking about? Did you? Okay, do you guys remember the photo
when it happened? But I saw it like after the fact.
Oh, dude, I lived through it. This is why I'm like ancient in COD time. So like, she had like a photo bucket of like a bunch of pictures, and immediately that's like, okay, only a photo bucket. Like you have no real profile on like. Like a lot of the girls had MySpaces. People had my MySpace back then. Facebook pages with pictures, Twitter. Like she didn't have a Twitter where she was doing any pictures, right? And so I'm like, that's probably a fucking dude. And nobody talked to her while they played. And I'm like, y'all don't think that's weird? And I don't know. The rumor was definitely that it was a dude, which was pretty much like confirmed that it was a dude, which who cares? But there was also a rumor where it was multiple dudes. Guys, what do you want? I think my cats are hungry. Like,
that's even more interesting.
Get down.
If it was multiple dudes, just being like, it's my shift now.
I think it was, but
I think that's the only way they hit that many.
Well, because they were always playing too, like around the clock.
Yeah.
Because that account had so many clips, and then there was like that thing where it was like Darkness and Reaps. It was like the boyfriend girlfriend montage.
Yeah,
and
how weird is that?
It got exposed that like Darkness or whatever had just been paid. He's like, I got a random message that said, I'll pay you $200 if you say I'm your boyfriend. And
hell yeah.
And like make montages together.
And he was like, sure.
Whatever.
Money.
For real.
Oh my God.
This is all ancient. This is like the beginning of COD drama.
This is
if COD drama was still like that, it'd be a great time.
Dude, I wish Keemstar was around at the time of like, Reaps is a girl / guy.
I can just imagine in his voice too. Just perfect.
Dude, what was like an English person, right? From the UK, right? And there was well, I'm not sure. I mean, what happened was the girl in the pictures came out and said, "Hey, who's this using my pictures? That's not me."
Exactly. Yeah, there's like she was like a model or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens so much in this community too, because it's like, okay, they're going to be the last people to actually see what's going on by using these pictures because they're just not going to see it.
Right.
Now you get so much attention in this community that it's just really easy. And plus you can like do reverse searches and
exactly. It's so easy.
Technology's so easy just to like.
Well, even like the cheapest phones have like a camera and like the ability to video chat, or like even webcams. Like there's full on webcams coming with the gaming consoles now. So
yeah, it's true. Yeah.
If you're getting catfished now, you're just kind of like hoping to get catfished, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. you have a hope.
Well, it's kind of like the scene has changed a lot since then too, right, Davis? Like you could get away with. I feel like you could get away with more crazy stuff back in the day. Or do you think it's harder now because like of like drama channels really paying attention to stuff?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, in our scene specifically, like you could definitely get away with more stuff back in the day because there was less like professional sponsored
and people
stuff
didn't care
going
as much.
on.
Yeah.
Exactly. And people didn't care. Like now it's like we're so like we preach about how like I guess like rated PG we have to be or whatever, that whenever we do something that's not that, it's like not only do the sponsors come down on us, but like the fans do too.
Yeah.
It's like people are so ready just to attack.
Yeah, they're like, you're a disgrace to the brand.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then like everybody wants to tear down each other's teams. So like everybody's just looking for that little thing that they can just latch on and tear everything apart. So it's just
you can't like OpTic because they did this, or you can't like FaZe because they did this. Like it's
exactly.
It's just I don't know. It's just how it is. It used not to be like that. It used to
it
just be like,
a lot
what
more,
are these videos?
Yeah, it feels a lot more like dramatic now, or like there's a more dramatic reaction to certain things. Yeah, but I think that just comes with it like growing too, because the scene was like a super baby in the times that we're talking about. So
that's true. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy to think like what videos you can go back and find of people that make videos now. Like there's old Seth videos, there's old Nate shot, there's old your videos too. It's like if you go back and watch them, if you go back and watch them, you're like, I wonder if they would have gotten away with that stuff now.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
I told some stories.
Much different back then.
Yeah.
Oh, your story times,
Dude.
your interviews with celebrities at the time.
Oh my God, celebrities.
Oh my God.
I mean, it seemed like a good idea at the time. I don't know.
It was at the time. Nobody cared.
Well, yeah. Like now, if I were to interview a porn star on my channel, it'd be like, okay,
what?
Brought to you by DX Racer. Like, it's not gonna work out that way.
No, unfortunately, but you know. There's some sponsors that are cool with it. They're just like, whatever. People like you. If people like you.
That's true.
Like G Fuel, for example, is actually really chill with what a lot of people do. Like just to kind of throw that out there, because like Keemstar, for example.
Oh yeah.
He's a wild guy to sponsor.
They've not dropped him for anything, and it's like they're like, it's whatever.
Like companies like that are bred within the scene, like they kind of get it, and then like people that are coming from outside the scene, they like try to put like a leash, but
it's a battle.
Yeah.
You know, they only know how their regular sponsorships go, and they don't know how to adapt to what this scene is, and they don't know how to adapt in a way that it's like the reason why you are interested in us is because of what we're doing. So if you're actually going to try to stifle what we're doing, it's not actually going to give you any return favor. So it's like that tug of war.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see how it is. I knew this is how this podcast was going to go.
It's just like, because we've known each other
people have
for
been
so
around
long.
since 2007. I'm not saying I was even around. Like I wasn't around until like 2013.
Well, you were paying attention, right?
Yeah.
To some degree.
Watched.
Yeah, I mean, I look back at some of my old tweets because you can like word search like certain words with your @ I should not have said that because now people are gonna do that. But people have already been doing that to me. They'll like favorite some stuff I said like 6 years ago, and I'm like, oh my God, how did I? Oh, I did some of them, but I'm like, how did Hector not like message me immediately after I put that on the internet?
Because he was probably saying stuff like that too.
Well, he was like what, 26 at the time? You know, at the time when you would have been saying a lot of that stuff. Well, maybe not 26, but like, you know, like 28.
I think he was closer to like 30. He was like 29 when I met him, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, still, you know,
but
younger.
Still, a younger phenom than he was.
I was going to say younger phenom. You know.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. You're having flashbacks.
Is Hector ever challenging to work with at the house?
Is Hector ever not challenging?
I know. I was just trying to get you to like do a laundry list of all the things that challenge you with Hector.
I don't know. It's nobody else works with Hex. I mean, in the house specifically, nobody works with Hex as much as I do. So I mean, we work really well together, but
I think he's pretty easy to work with. I mean, obviously I haven't worked with him as much as you, but he always knows what he wants, and he'll tell you. It'd be like, I want this, this, and it has to be this way. And then you're like, oh, yes, you're right. Okay. Let's do that. Yeah.
I mean, that is how it is. I think I was put on this earth to be the one person to check Hex's ego when nobody else would. So I just try to encapsulate that and live my life that way.
Like fire back at him a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm the best, I'm the greatest. But I'm like, are you the greatest? And then he really thinks, I could be better.
I could be better. There you go. And then that builds the ego more. Yeah. And then you can just do it all over again.
Maybe by checking his ego, I am just fueling the fire more.
Maybe.
Probably.
Well, I mean, I think he's always said to like people in OpTic, like he's like the bigger brother figure. Like he is a big brother, he's a big brother to his little brother in real life, and then like to his players or people that he works with in the organization. It's like I've always got the sense that he was kind of looking out for our best interest at all times, but in the same respect, giving you like advice, or like he's always been someone who like if I need advice on something, like he'll answer the phone all the time. So
it's very different, like the way OpTic is run or whatever compared to other esports or
it's like an outsider looking in. Like I can totally see that, like right off the bat, seeing how all the other orgs are run. Like even TK with Kostov, even though he's older than a lot of them, he's still more on their level.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say about FaZe too. It's like FaZe and TK seem like a brotherhood, whereas like. I mean, I would say obviously OpTic is a brotherhood too, but
you have a big brother. You have like that one central like figurehead, whereas like everything else is a bit different. And he's always, one thing I noticed about Hex from the outside is that he's really big on making sure you guys push your personal content. Mm-hmm. Like if you guys are getting your regular stuff out that he wants done for OpTic, that's great. But he wants to make sure you're doing stuff on the side, which he was always big with the players too. Like make sure you get your streams going. Like don't waste this opportunity. And I really respect that, because I feel like a lot of org owners would be like, no, if you're a player, you focus on competing.
Just win.
Exactly. Just win. Like Davis, like you're literally just a video bitch. That's all you get to do.
Yeah.
It's fine. But no, he's very much like, work on your content. You know, there's no reason why you guys can't, build that up. And I respect that. Like I've never met him, but that's just kind of what I see from the outside, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's
pretty spot on. Like he wants, like obviously to win, and winning's important, and you're not gonna like if someone was like streaming H1Z1 like 50 hours a week and then they have a tournament to play, you'd be like, what? But so like emphasis on your personal brand is something that he's always, because if you the players grow, then the org grows too.
Exactly. It's like a very mutual beneficial thing. So
So what do you, Davis, I have a question for you. What is the most challenging part about like doing what you do? Is it deadlines, or is it just like figuring out how to frame things?
It's not really deadline. I don't know. I don't think it's
like telling the story.
Yeah. I mean, are you talking about vision in particular? Or just
maybe vision, or just like how you structure all of the content, like around, like how do you decide how that goes?
Well, it was really easy. Like it wasn't easy at the time, but looking back on it, it was really easy prior to like Smooth, because we started doing Smooth and we started doing the podcast at like relatively the same time.
Yeah.
So what I was doing was like a video a week. I was doing Vision a week, once a week, and it was, I'm really glad it worked out that way, because Vision was it was definitely more difficult than anything I'd ever done before, as far as like video editing or like producing or anything like that. And so just like trying to teach myself how to do that as I'm just like encapsulated in this like new lifestyle was like pretty important to what Vision is now.
Yeah.
So then that's also like when I was like daily vlogging, like every single day at the same time it was getting uploaded like consistently. And then like we started doing Smooth and we started doing the podcast, and you just deal, whenever you're dealing with like third party things and like trying to figure out how to do everything correctly legally, it's like a little bit more difficult. And,
because you have to run the Smooths by Pepsi every time, right?
Yeah.
So then you have to wait for them.
Right. And there's like so many people involved with the Smooths stuff as well. It's like Hex and I, like, basically those are the only two people that like work to like set it all up. And for the longest time it was Hex like, hey, we're doing this day, get ready to shoot. And I was like, okay. And then as he started running out of ideas and we incorporated, or we picked up a Gears team and a CS team, and now his time is shot. So then I had to start planning stuff. And by the time I had to start planning stuff, we're pretty much out of ideas, and it's winter, so we can't go outside.
Yeah.
So there's just like, that's when you get into like, I don't know, like
OpTic House plays checkers.
It just gets very, I don't know, it's very, very difficult. And then just knowing that you're just going to get flamed for some stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, it is like, it is super awesome to work with Pepsi and as well, because there's like so many opportunities that like weren't there when it was just Vision once a week, once a week, and then like a mailbox or like a something super random. Like now it's like a lot of fun to see what else we can do, and definitely the future is bright with that too.
Well, I really like enjoying the duo series.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I really like the trivia and the duo.
And the trivia.
Yeah.
Well, because the duo thing was something you used to do like at events with like, you just find a couple pro players and be like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it works so well.
Yeah, luckily enough, besides the Hex and Diesel episode, like we never got to do OpTic players because they were like, I just, when I was on Intel, I felt weird like using, even though it was called OpTic Intel, I felt weird like talking to OpTic players and like using them for videos and stuff, because that was such a big thing at the time, is like OpTic was the only people that got views. Yeah. So I would just like talk to anybody really. And and so luckily I did that. So now I can, like, I want to do Seth and Formal. I want to do Hex and Tumors, and like Royal 2 and Snakebite. Like there's so many opportunities there with like the Do You Know Your Duo stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of duos, and there's like a lot more players now that you could even do if you have to go cover like a Gears event or whatever, like grab two of those guys and do it. Like, super good setup.
Yeah, that was a lot of, it's, whenever I started doing the Do You Know Your Duo and the trivia, it was just basically just to like freshen it up, because for some reason it was like Smooth getting kind of stale, and then Vision was getting kind of stale, and like the podcast was inconsistent at the time. So I was like, man, like this is like a slippery slope. It's
like the second people start liking something, it's like the second it gets the highest that they're going to like it, they immediately start trashing it, like almost like immediately after.
Yeah.
And like they hate on all the things that they liked in the other one, and it's like
kind of like Call of Duty.
What you want?
And then you try to change something and you throw jetpacks on everybody, and then nobody plays for 3 years.
There you go.
Would you say that COD is at its very lowest point ever? It's
the lowest I've ever seen it, which I've been saying for the past 3 years, but
it keeps dropping.
It's really bad, dude. Like, I'm a mainly Call of Duty channel, and it's just like, I think a lot of people subscribe to me for Call of Duty, and the interest in Call of Duty has just completely tanked. And
then what sucks about that is that they don't want you to branch out either.
Exactly.
It's like they don't want to see the COD content, but they don't want to see you doing anything else. It's almost like they want to just be able to look at their sub box and see, OpTic made, MiDNiTE, she made herself a COD video, and then just scroll past it. Yeah. It's just like, that's what needs to be right in the world, even if I don't want to watch it. And I don't like that attitude.
Yeah, I've tried like H1Z1, and really where the whole COD community went because of where it's at now is like vlogging and like stuff like that. And like, that's really difficult for me because number one, like I stream all the time, and like it's really highly time consuming, and number two, like I just don't live like near a lot of other like content creators. My cat is hungry, so that's why he keeps coming up here. but yeah, like it's really difficult because when I do try other stuff, like they're like, oh, okay, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you doing like Road to Flawless Free For All anymore? It's like, because nobody wants to watch that, dude. That's why. So like,
it's tough.
Like it's mad tough. But I don't know. What do you guys think about the next Call of Duty? Since it's definitely confirmed, boots on the ground, does that necessarily mean it's going to be good, or could it still potentially suck?
Still suck. If it doesn't play right, if it doesn't feel good, if there isn't something that wants to bring people back to keep playing it, like everybody's just going to go back to stuff that they've already been playing. Like, it's got to be a good boots on the ground. Like,
I don't even know if that's true. I don't even know because this Call of Duty is so important because every other Call of Duty we've had something to go back to.
It's true.
But now, like, what do we even have to go back to?
Exactly.
Like, if this COD sucks, like, are we going back to IW?
Oh God.
Black Ops 3, I guess I'd say Black Ops 3 is the best jetpack Call of Duty by far. But
definitely the most fun to watch too.
Well, and the only thing we have to go off of with Sledgehammer and Call of Duty is I'm pretty sure they helped only with the Modern Warfare 3 campaign, and then they did Advanced Warfare. So then I'm trying to picture, like, well, what would Advanced Warfare have been without the boosty jumpy jump? Like, would it have still been a good Call of Duty?
AW.
It was okay.
AW?
I didn't play it a lot. Because,
I played it a lot.
I got a PS4 like pretty much right before BO3 came out, and I enjoyed it, and I really liked watching the competitive matches for AW for some reason. So I don't hate it. So I'm kind of hoping that Sledgehammer turns out another good game this year, even if it's boots on the ground for them. So, but yeah, if it's not a good one, it could kill things. Because unlike every other game in the world, Call of Duty competitive can't just pick which game they'd rather play. They have to play the new one.
Yeah, could you imagine if they were given a choice at the beginning of this year? They would have been like, Modern Warfare Remastered.
And now that would have been that. Honestly, actually, I know we have differing opinions on that game.
Well, I think that because of the smoothness of Modern Warfare Remastered, it really like puts that M16 even stronger, which makes it like you could run Jug on the M16 and still one burst people. You couldn't do that in the original. Yeah. There's a reason you couldn't do that in the original.
Mm-hmm. You could only do that in the original if they were like standing still and you were right next to them.
Or you hit them in the head.
Right, yeah.
You have to have good aim. So, like, even the game modes with that, like, they just added Hardpoint like a couple months later. And then even then, like, I don't know, man. Do you guys think that the setting matters, or is it all just like the gameplay?
I think for the maps matter. I don't necessarily know if the setting itself or what era or where it is, but it's the maps, because like maps can make or break a game, in my opinion. Like
that's
definitely.
True. The IW maps are really weird, bro. Yeah. Like there's just like stuff in certain places, like especially
you're like, why is that there?
Yeah, like where there's like broken parts of buildings and stuff. I even forget that one Hardpoint and Search map that's in competitive for IW. It's just like this map is not a good competitive map. Like there's some of them that are good. I don't even know what it's called, but it's.
I don't know any of the map names.
I lose the name. Yeah, I only know a couple of them.
The first time ever shooting a Call of Duty season where I don't know anything about the game. I don't know the rotations. I don't know even the game types. Like the first event, I was like, "So do you guys play CTF this year?" Or
what
CTF's? I don't even think CTF's in the game. Like I know nothing.
I don't think it is actually.
I know more about Gears than I know about.
I don't know, dude. Every time I watch Gears, like I understand Counter-Strike better than Gears.
Like people are beating up the things that are not people. The Horde or something.
I could not. I mean, I watch like the parts in Vision where they're like, you could tell they're calling out. It's super intense, and they're like working together to kill the people. But I'm looking at it, and it's just I can't connect the dots in my head, dude.
Because it doesn't work like regular. Like even CS, if you have like a vague idea of what COD is, you can follow CS and vice versa. But Gears seems different.
Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah,
Gears is very different, and I actually kind of not like fell in love with Halo since I've joined the house, but I definitely like watch it a lot more than I ever have in the past. So.
Yeah, I really like watching like the OG team compete and like those exciting like CTF games. I really like that, and it sounds like terrible, but like I kind of like preferred watching it when it was like Maniac and Flamesword, because you could feel that the stakes were so much higher for them. Yeah. Like personally,
I know, because you'd always just want to be like, "Come on, guys,
like, you could do it,
pull it together, kid."
And now it's like you are gonna do it, but I'm gonna still watch.
I'm gonna still like we know you're gonna get it, but
it's like
still rooting.
Yeah, when they were playing, it's like I just want them to win, and now it's like.
I just want them to have a reaction other than fist bump when they win.
Exactly,
yeah, like we knew this was gonna happen.
Please react. Actually, I filmed a Smash event where I was following a player, and half the time when he was winning, I thought he was losing because he would just make these like faces after every round. And I was talking to him. He's all like, "The combo didn't hit quite the way I wanted it to, but it still did the job." And I was like, "I thought you were losing." So I was filming the other side of the monitor. I was like, "God damn it!"
What player was it?
You probably don't know him. He's a Smash 4 player. His name is XX, but
okay.
Either way, it was cool. That event was really cool. I did not know that Mango was such a big deal until it got to like the top 8, and everybody's like, man, not even he didn't even win. He got one guy's stock down, didn't even win the match, and everybody was just like, oh my god,
you're the best.
It's
Yeah.
I have been a Mango fan for a very, very long time. So
I'm there now.
Yeah. Well, how fun was that? I've always wanted to talk to you about that event because the best event I've ever shot in like 3 years of doing this was a Smash event.
It was so fun. It's just the attitudes. It's different. Okay, so like when you see like COD matches and somebody beats like OpTic or FaZe or something, the crowd is just like just trashing everybody. Yeah. But like at this one, at the end of it, Mango was the crowd favorite, but Armada beat him like pretty handily. And everybody, there was that moment right after it happened that there was like disappointment, but then everybody stood up and they were like clapping, and like it was just there's so much more respect, even though it's like such an intense game too. It's such like a one-on-one game. Yeah. But the whole thing was really fun. Like I learned a lot. Like if I ever get the chance to do an event again, like there's so many things that I have in mind now to like do better next time, because you can go in so prepared and you just don't know what it's like until you get there. But the whole environment was super fun. Like,
were you like nervous when you went, because you've never shot an event before? So were you like, okay, and you're like by yourself, right? There's no one saying, okay, we need this shot. Like you were just like, crazy. Okay,
exactly. Like the guy that was there with me for Rival was really good in terms of like what he wanted for interviews. So it was really easy to lead them along, and they talk. Like you do not have to get. I had to cut so much because like there's interviews that should have been like 5-minute segments that they went on for like 30 minutes that I had to like chop up and like.
Smash guys are like that. That's hilarious.
Exactly, and then like getting the footage was pretty easy because it was all live streamed for any of the big stuff. So, but it was definitely nerve-wracking because you're like, you don't know what's going to happen. You have to like make sure you're getting the right angles, and like people are trying to push you out of the way because the preliminary matches before they actually make it on the main stage is just like a bunch of tables set up with all of these TVs around, and everybody's just trying to pile in. And at one point, like Sky Williams was there because I guess the player that I was following used to live with him, so people were just swarming him. And I'm like, I just need to follow this guy, please.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, yeah. I always like to explain to like all the Call of Duty people watching, or even I guess you, Ashley, like it's like a 1v1, but there's so many intense moments that it's like the feeling I get when it's like 5-5 in Call of Duty, like round 11, and it's like you just get this pit of like anxiety and like what is about to happen next.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you get that feeling like 4 or 5 times a match in Call of Duty.
Did you see her shaker, dude? Could you show? I'm gonna have to send you some brisk mate, dude. I have a bunch.
You don't have it in Canada. I'm trying.
I'm like super like picturing when Hitch is talking about it, that I just see like brisk mate on the thing. Oh my god, I don't know how I feel so bad interrupting you, but like I had to look at that. Like I saw it and I was like, is that a paper towel that says brisk mate? Oh my people are gonna think I'm like a G Fuel Nazi or something that like made her get rid of it or something.
No, that's all me. But anyways, like you're saying, like there's it's like a one. It's like that pit in the stomach you get when it's like around 11.
When like your eyes are glued on the screen and you're literally thinking about nothing else except for what is about to happen with these two teams. You get that feeling like sometimes 3 or 4 times a match, like with in Smash, like because people almost die and then they come back and then they do something crazy, then they spike someone. It's just like, what is happening? It is. I've always said it's my favorite esport, and that I mean it's true.
Well, it seems like if I'm an outsider, I've never even played Super Smash Brothers, but like I've been at MLG events where like they had another feature of Smash right next to Call of Duty, and like the Smash crowd is like 5 times louder than the Call of Duty crowd. So I was like, what's that all about? Yeah, so I go like check it out, and like
respectful.
Yeah, like I can tell that it's like a fast, like crazy thing. I can't tell exactly what's happening, but I do know it's exciting.
Yeah.
So
the one thing I really notice about Smash is that like competitive players, it's not like Call of Duty where you have like a general idea where you need to be pre-aiming and what you need to be doing. It's all about knowing the combos of the characters and like manipulating that and just trying to anticipate what the other person does before they do it. So that's why sometimes it looks like they're just like flipping around doing nothing, but it's because they're waiting for somebody to like try to dodge at them or uppercut, and like they're trying to when somebody tries
to time it, or is it a timing
it's
thing?
Literally trying to time it perfectly so that when somebody comes at you with an attack, you're not reacting to what they're doing. You already anticipated what they were going to be doing and you're knocking them off.
I mean, I watch a lot of UFC, so that sounds like UFC, but in like cartoons.
It's pretty similar, but like it's like you see their
UFC.
hands go. You see their hands go. Like half the time, I was just filming their hands because like it's just like insane combos. Like stuff. Basically, especially in Melee, the whole thing is about manipulating the game in ways that it's not supposed to really be played. Yes. It's like it's almost like kind of like trick shotting. They do stuff like where they like cancel reload and stuff. That it's like it just tricks the game into doing something that it's not meant to. It's very similar to that, except you're not just doing it with yourself. You're doing it and trying to anticipate what somebody else is going to come at you with.
Right.
It's like like for GameCube, for Melee, it was in the Smash documentary, one of the guys says that they put the only other esport that puts in more inputs per second than Smash is StarCraft. Yeah. And if you ever watch StarCraft, it's like like it's nothing but clicks. Yeah. So like, and these guys play Claw, and it's just nonstop. Like they're just doing, they're just putting in so many inputs, even to like. Whereas in Call of Duty, you just like the only ways to move around are to like sprint or like drop shot. Well, prior to jetpacks.
Yeah, now.
It's like sprint or drop shots are like your two movements. It's like for this, there's so many different ways to even just move around the map. Like or around the stage. It's so crazy how deep it gets. And it's just, I don't know, it's beyond interesting. Yeah. It's awesome.
Cool. It's cool. It was a good learning experience.
Yeah. So
if you've never watched, sorry.
I think I want to watch. I'll have to tune in the next time there's a big tournament because it does look really cool. But I feel like I wouldn't be able to relate to it until I played it. Like I've never played Gears, so when I watch it, it looks like hieroglyphics. But like I've played Counter-Strike, and it's pretty easy to understand. Yeah. So I want to play it one time.
I mean, what I would do if I were you, because I don't know if you ever. I talk about this way too much, but if you've ever watched the Smash documentary, I don't know. Yeah,
I haven't.
That's okay. That's literally the video that changed my life. It like made me do what I'm doing now with Vision, and it just does such an amazing job of like anybody could watch it. Like I could sit down and watch it with my grandma, because at the very beginning he like explains everything, and then he explains like what the scene is and what the game is and when it came out and the history behind it, and then introduces you to like different characters
and different rivalries and stuff.
I would definitely. I need to watch that then.
Yeah, it is the most well put together, and it's cool because the guy I've talked to the guy who makes it, and I've told him all about like 2009 OpTic MiDNiTEd him, where I would pay for his spot on his friends
Please
list.
talk to me
on his IRL friends list, and I was just like talking to him about it, and it's not like he's kind of like me where I don't really like pride myself in like how I edit. Like people have said it all the time. Like everybody says you're such a good editor, but like I don't really see anything that huge coming out. It's because I'm not really a great editor. I like piecing everything together.
I think you're a great storyteller, and that makes the edits come together.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I like to, I guess, pride myself in is the way that I put the whole videos together, which is what he did. Like he didn't. There's no 3D text.
I don't think something that's telling a story really needs that. Like everybody has a different way of doing it, but I think the simplicity and just seeing these like raw moments are what make Vision so special. Like if they were like little like quick 10-minute montages where you're just trying to show like the highlights of the weekend, then maybe you'd want to like do more color correcting and all this other crazy stuff. But like for something this big that it's supposed to just be like we're telling you what the moments are.
Yeah. You know, well, people don't get as attached to, I mean, I guess sometimes if you're watching it live or like a really big comeback moment gameplay wise is exciting, but like people love the storyline. Like when we were talking about Advanced Warfare a little bit ago for competitive, like what made that year was that little rivalry between OG and FaZe, and like the players like Clayster got dropped. Oh my God. And now we got to pay attention to what happens with that. And like it was crazy. Yeah. But there was one thing I did want to ask, since we mentioned that Amanda's first shooting event was this Smash event. What was your first ever event where you actually shot, and was it video or pictures? Because I remember you've been going to events for a long time, right? What made you like go to the event with a camera instead of just going to the event?
So Blake actually linked me the Smash documentary, and I watched. You know, I mean, it's like 9 different videos that are like 30 to 40 minutes apart or a piece.
Oh damn.
It's 4 hours total.
All right.
Total,
I'll check it out. next
I would watch
year.
like one a day.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Just slice it up,
Yeah. So
One a day.
So I watched the first one. He was like, just watch this. I watched the first one and I ended up watching all 9 of them in one night just because
Damn,
I
you
couldn't
Netflixed
stop.
it.
Yeah, I could
Yeah.
not stop watching. And so after that, like obviously I've been playing Call of Duty for a long time, and Blake was just realized that he wanted to be a photographer. Like that's what he wanted to do. And I was like, dude, we could go to an event. And I looked at when the next event was, and it was in Philly. So Big Timer's last event, the
Yo.
one where he retired, was my first event. And we just took a train up there, and I borrowed a camera from the girl that I was dating at the time, and then he brought his camera, and I just
hustle.
tried.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
did whatever.
That was
And
during
at the
Call of
time-
Duty Ghosts. For
Yeah,
time frame, for those
exactly.
of you that don't know, Call of Duty Ghosts.
And at the time, nobody did media. Like nobody.
No,
There was
there was
no-
picture takers. A lot of
Yeah.
people that work for companies would take a lot of photos for their company, but there
Mm-hmm.
was not like a person, like a videographer, like
Yeah,
making that I knew of.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
only person was Zach Ringshouse, ringleader.
Ringleader?
He's the one that did like the Kill of the Choo Choo Train video and all of that, like all of those videos, like the reaction type videos. Like he was the only one doing it. So I remember like super like looking up to him, and I've had like plenty of conversations with him since then about like what he did in the scene and stuff like that, and so Blake and I just went up there. And Blake took pictures. He didn't even know what white balance was. I didn't know how to edit. I edited my first ever video for UMG on iMovie, and I just like spliced everything
wow.
Oh,
together.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy like where I started compared to like how the scene is now, just with how intense the edits are. Because I watch some people's videos and I'm like, I'm out of a job in like
Really?
2 months.
I know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see people, I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Blake's like the best photographer I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
And
I've seen
I'm
like
still,
Really good.
he did some photos for like OpTic at some point, right?
yeah,
He was
yeah,
visiting, and they were really good.
yeah. He visited Atlanta this past, and yeah. So I don't know. I just kind of faked it till I made it. Self-taught myself everything that I
Yeah.
know, and
Well, I
way
think
to do it.
that's the best way to do it, because if you have passion for something, then your like ability to like want to keep doing it is like almost always there. Like I'm
To
sure
get
like it can be a little tedious now, especially like when I think of Vision and now with these other teams, like
Yeah.
how do you like even get all that footage of the VODs? Do you have to like mark down timestamps in your head, or how do you just literally try to find it? Like that part can be like excruciating.
I can see the anxiety in his eyes right now. Like when you're
Yeah,
mentioning, like, how do you get all the VODs?
well, it's just because I'm always constantly thinking about like different criticism. I'm notorious for just reading every single comment on every video that I've ever posted and going to
Yeah.
Reddit
I do
and
that
just-
too. It's super
I literally
hard
open up my tab and just hit R and then hit enter, and I'm on the Reddit. Like that's
Yeah, no.
it's just because I'm
The
always there.
Dude, the Reddit are savages sometimes.
Yeah,
like they've always been pretty cool to me, but
Yeah.
some other people
always been
not.
nice to you.
Well, they're really cool people and they're just passionate.
Yeah.
So like
Very
that's
passionate.
the number one thing. Like they're passionate about OpTic
Yeah.
and like it
I
is hard though, because when you read comments, the thing with me, and it sounds really bad that I'm about to say this, but I don't take the bad comments seriously. But the best way I don't take the bad comments seriously is I also don't take the good comments too seriously. Like if you can't just only accept the bad comments, if you're gonna like
Right.
Yeah.
really love the good comments, then you're gonna really hate the bad comments. So I'm just kind of neutral to a lot of the YouTube comments.
Well, for you especially, I luckily haven't had to deal with just blind hatred.
Oh,
And
dude.
yeah, you actually have had to deal with that. Like just blind trolling, just
Yeah.
trying to be just annoying
Just
douchebags
mean
on
to
the
be
internet.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just mean for no reason. So like if I had to deal, I don't know if I have as tough a skin as you do.
Oh, I do at this point. Like I
Yeah.
said, but why it's so my skin is so thick is because I ignore the good comments too. Like I
Yeah.
still read them because I'm trying to gauge, what
Right.
people are enjoying, and I do appreciate good comments. But like even like making videos about like the bad comments or the bad tweets, like I always feel like it's so counterintuitive to the type of person I am because I don't care that much. Like even me responding in a video shows that I care, but I like don't though. So like, it's just over time. Like I've been told that it only surprises me when they've told me something I haven't heard before. I've heard it all though. So
yeah,
I believe it.
Yeah. And with the Reddit, like the reason I go on there, like the only two people that really go on, well for
I
a long
read it
time,
all the time. I don't comment very much, but I'll go in there and just gauge what's the interest that day.
How do you not comment?
It's so hard, especially when it's about me. So, like, if you've been talking about me on OG Reddit, I probably saw it because I read it all. I read the daily discussion.
See, I'd comment if I would comment.
I've been doing this for a long time. Yeah, it's like this urge, right? Like you're like, no, I have to defend myself because I know what you're saying is wrong. But like, I learned to stop doing that because it's so much energy. Like, you know what I do if I really need to release that energy? Like someone on Twitter, like, oh, well, you're only doing this because of whatever, this, and this. And I'm like, you're so wrong. So I'll type out a response and then I just delete it and I don't hit send. And I'm like, I feel better. But that's super rare. You got to get me like real fired up.
Yeah.
But like, that like desire to respond is always there. But I've learned to just stop. Like, I do read I like the Reddit. The Reddit thinks everyone hates them.
They do, but they think everyone hates them, but they just don't.
Oh, I thought you said like they do, like everyone does hate them.
Oh no,
that's why I laughed.
They think everyone hates them.
They do. Everyone does hate. No. Well, like some people just can't deal with it. Like Seth cannot deal with seeing bad things about him. I don't think Seth reads his YouTube comments or anything. So people are like, "Why doesn't Seth come on? He doesn't like. He never gave us a chance." I was like, he doesn't really have like he doesn't need to be on the Reddit. Like he doesn't need to read the comments.
He's not there to gauge the community.
Because it's either going to be positive and then it's fine. It's whatever. He gets a lot of positive comments on Twitter and everywhere else. Or it's going to be negative and it's going to get him in his head. And it's going to be people being like, you guys need to drop such and such. And you switch this team. And you're gonna
you didn't practice enough hours last night, Seth.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you playing H1Z1?
Yeah. And then somebody will bring it up. Somebody will bring the Reddit up to him. And he was like, I don't go on there. They're all mean. And it's like, if you knew Seth, like,
that's just a reaction.
Yeah, Seth is the most overreacting, little ginger that I've ever met. And so when he says stuff like that, the Reddit, they're just like, oh, he hates us. He never gave us a chance. But
it's the few bad apples thing too.
Yeah.
You can't let a couple bad apples spoil the bunch. So
yeah. I wish I could just mediate between the two of them. Like, look, Seth's not coming.
Yeah.
Seth's not coming. Don't get mad at him.
Yeah.
Seth, they're not all mean. Don't get mad at them. And then they just stay their separate ways. But so that's why I'm always on the Reddit, because I guess it was, what was it? It was only like 3 years ago. I was that, or 4 years ago, I was that person on the Reddit checking their, wondering what was going on in OpTic, wondering what the next move was and how they were doing.
Yeah, I feel like you're that bridge.
Well, yeah, that's like part of like
community.
Yeah.
And like team, you know?
That's like part of the attachment to you too, is because like you were this, I wouldn't want to call you super fan, but you're like a super big fan of the organization and you worked your way into the position that you're in now. And so like
you did what they want to do.
Yeah, like that seems possible.
Yeah.
If you could do it, I could do it. That's the number one thing that made me start doing YouTube. I was like, oh, well, if Hutch is doing this, well, I could do it. Yeah. If there's other people doing it, I could do it. What's stopping me, you know? So it's super cool. I think it's super interesting to see how everything kind of plays out too.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's kind of crazy. It is crazy to see how I don't know. It's just, I feel old.
Well, it's hard too to feel now, like, where is it going to go from here? Because it almost feels like it's at some kind of peak right now. Like it keeps peaking.
Yeah.
So is it going to keep going up? Is it going to go down? Like it's really interesting to see what's going to end up happening.
It's only a matter of time before Amanda takes my job.
Right away. I'll be your assistant.
Yeah, tripod number 2.
Yeah, tripod number 2. Or number 3, I guess, with Create with Aaron.
Oh yeah, so I wanted to ask you that quick too before we try to shoot for like an hour-ish. We don't have to have like a hard cutoff or anything like that. But
it's up to you guys. I can talk.
I'm good for a little longer.
We could talk for like ever. And I think it's, we shot for an hour too because like it was just the two of us the last couple episodes, but with a guest, you know, you just get to talk and stuff. Yeah. But I did want to ask you, is his emphasis going to be on the Counter-Strike team because he already like really likes Counter-Strike, right? So to be at that house kind of makes sense.
Yeah, he really likes. I mean, I just need someone there for like everything, basically. So he's just going to do a little bit of everything. He already, I mean, I don't know if people know this, but he made the Big Timer logo. He's super talented. Yeah, I mean, he made all the people like half of the people's stream overlays. And
Yeah, he
just,
made
like,
some moving graphics for me too, and like they just like super good, professional.
Super good, yeah. I mean, he's so it's just there for everything. He's gonna start editing smooth, because for a while he was editing smooth, but transferring the files was like super annoying. So
Yeah.
now I can just give him the SD card and he can edit it, and then he's gonna help out with shooting for Vision at the CS house, and then just like everything. Just it was really hard to get him over to the house, because anybody that moves into the houses or like joins OpTic that's not a part of a team is like very difficult, because that's Hex's like biggest thing. Is like so many bad things have happened in like OpTic history with content creators and stuff like that. I mean, even because we're like the only ones left.
Yeah, basically.
Everybody else has been a pro player, and it's like, besides Pomage, but.
Well, I think it's like Hector might feel like he has to look after them. Certain content creators, like make sure they don't screw up. And that's one of the things he's actually told me like a long time ago. He's like, I like you because you just do your thing. Like I don't gotta watch out for you. I think I feel like we've built up a lot of trust over like the last 7 years. Like I'm pretty sure he trusts me to like don't be a psycho on the internet and like do crazy stuff. So And I want to come out to the house again. I would really like to be on Relationships 101.
Hell yeah.
I love Relationships 101.
Dude, I got all the advice because I'm old, everybody. I got you with the advice.
Your relationships experience
come
into play.
Yeah, I got you guys. So I want to, and I'll do the podcast. It'd be really cool because I'm like a 6-hour drive. And I visited, the last time I visited was... for the charity stream.
And I got to see you for like 30 seconds.
Literally, like we hugged in the driveway, and then like you went in, and I had to go to, because that was the weekend that the new games came out, and I was like, I need to stream, like I need to go home. So I left like the next day. Like I did the charity stream, I did my shift, I raised 3,000 doll hairs.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I was like, peace. But I missed the banana thing because of that.
I think that because that was the day after the banana stream.
Yeah.
So the banana stream, it was the peak of my life up until this point. So I get off of stream at like 6:30 a.m. and I sit in bed until 8 a.m. just rewatching all of the different things that we made, or the different songs. And then I rendered out the videos so that we could upload it, go to sleep, wake up. It's like 4 p.m. It was like 4 p.m. or was it like, it might've been like 6 p.m. And Nick started streaming. Nick's shift started at 10 p.m. So then I get up and we upload the videos, and then we're just like hanging out, going to get food before Nick's stream. And then I see you in the driveway, and I'm like, what?
How did you get here?
Yeah. And I was like, hey, how are you doing? Good. Okay, good. Gotta go eat.
Yeah. So I have to come down again. When I was there, the first time I was there, I was so bummed because like you and Pomage weren't there, and like I mean I know a lot of the guys, right? But I've probably spent like the most time with like Pomage probably. So like but Big Willie Southern Comfort was there, and he is just like I've known him for a long time, and so he is like the most relaxing person to be around. Like he is the least stress-free individual. So we had to go to the book signing together, and he was just like ridiculously chill the entire time.
Yeah. That's probably, you've probably seen him more times than I have.
You always say that, and I thought it was a joke for a while, and then I'm like, nah, he really never leaves his room.
Well, I see,
or
like,
he's never there.
I see in Hector's vlog that he has set up a pantry of sorts, and he has a refrigerator. I mean, it's like a little apartment that he lives in.
He has a refrigerator, a coffee, like a
Keurig thing. Yeah,
I would do that too, though, if I had that room. That's exactly what I would do. His room is probably the size of my apartment, actually.
I mean, every time his door is closed, you're like, I don't even like.
Is he there?
I don't know if he's there. I don't know if he is there. I don't know if he's alone. I just don't know anything.
Well, yeah, you don't know what he's doing, so you don't want to be like, let me in. Want to be in Vision? Like,
exactly. When he's out of his room, I'm like, and that's why people say, like, oh, why isn't Big T on the podcast, or why isn't Big T in Vision? Like, and they're blaming me for it. I'm like, I don't even know if he's here.
Let him rock, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too. A lot of people might be a little confused about the vibe at the house. I guess. Well, you know, because you live there. I've only been there a couple times for brief moments, but especially because I came on the release weekend of IW and MWR. Everybody was in their respective rooms grinding the game, grinding content. So I'm like, walking around after my shift, I'm like, literally everyone's busy or gone and like, bye. Like, what am I going to do?
No.
Just like
you
sit.
definitely, you have to come visit.
Yeah,
go
I
for like a
will.
chill weekend.
No, I
Get
think
all that
I'm
content in
gonna,
there.
because there's like a lot of places to stay. I don't want to stay like at the house. It's so hard to
come
find a
on.
bed. No, it's so hard to find a bed there. Every time I've
There's a
gone,
free bed
There's a
downstairs.
floor.
is there?
Yeah, there's a
Look,
bed
if
downstairs.
Syndicate could make an entire setup, and then
he just
That's
shows
where
up.
Lethal
he just
lives,
shows
right?
up.
No, that's where Lethal stays. Or you talk about the theater room with all the
No,
Spideys?
theater-
The theater room.
There's
Oh,
no
I thought
Spiders.
that's where the Halo guys are staying.
Yeah, they're not here anymore.
Oh.
PJ,
That was like
and
temporary.
like since I moved up here, PJ is staying in my old room like whenever he comes back, and then Frosty's back home. So there's a mattress downstairs.
Get
I'm
down
about to
there.
steal Syndicate's
26
spot for
hours.
like a couple days.
Yeah,
Do
and
it.
then yeah, there's a setup downstairs too.
I'm definitely
Yeah,
down because
just
I want to
come chill.
I kind of want to like kickstart my content because like I said, it's a really hard year for Call of Duty and like I'm a COD channel, so like if I like, there's been other stuff that obviously I've uploaded over the last like 7 years, and that's the thing too is I've had my channel for so long, it's like I've exhausted like Call of Duty, and I'm kind of exhausted of it, but it's like I don't want to vlog me going to get coffee and then streaming and chilling with my cats and stuff. Like it's super hard to vlog. But there's like so many skit ideas that I just never like
Just do it.
Yeah, like I'm
It's
gonna
like my main advice is that you will talk yourself out of doing everything until you just actually do it, and then like it'll just smoothly roll.
Yeah, like
that's
I
like
have,
my one thing.
Like I have one that I'm gonna definitely do really soon, and it's gonna be like I've already like storyboarded it in my head basically.
Yeah.
But like, and I've done skits before, like the life after the Black Ops 3 beta. Because do you guys remember how lit the Black Ops 3 beta was?
It was so good.
Oh my god,
So good.
Like that was like the best Call of Duty like weekend or two since like MW2.
Yeah.
Like
Very true.
I so hope the next COD is good, man. Not just for like making COD videos or streams, but like
Just for everything.
I'm a genuine
Just for-
fan of the franchise, and
Yeah,
it's really
same.
bad right now. It's like
It's like every once in a while I think like it's weird that we're at a point where I think about what would it be like to have a great Call of Duty again.
what if Black Ops 2 was out right now? Could you imagine?
I can't
like
even
Black Ops
imagine.
2 got me through university, like 100%.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
100%.
Like, and then
But
that's when
Black
like
Ops 2 got
competitive
me
really
in-
boomed.
Got me through university and then was the ultimate reason that I got kicked out of or dropped
But
out
hey,
of
look, it all worked out. It all worked out for you, man.
Yeah,
It's
look at you
good.
now.
That is
Look
true.
where you are.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they do, I guess. I don't know. I guess I don't think even the time period matters. But you got to think they're going back, right? I don't know.
Definitely.
They're going to have to go back.
Is
They're
that
gonna-
like Vietnam or something? Like
Unless it's so far in the future that there's been a nuke.
EMP. What did somebody say? They were going to do it so far in the future that like basically all technology has been wiped out because of some massive EMP or something.
That's like the campaign of Ghost, though. It literally is.
No, it's
you guys
true.
remember?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
in
yeah.
Ghost,
I haven't played a campaign
it's
so long.
well the premise of Ghost, at least the campaign, they didn't have so much of this in multiplayer, but it was like you were this faction that survived this crazy like war, like EMP nuke thing, and you had to fight against the bad dudes that did it. I'm pretty sure that's the premise of the
Wow.
Ghost
I had
campaign.
no idea.
And it was in the future, but yeah, you'd like that's why you had to use like semi-modern stuff. So
Right.
and I mean, we just need another game like Black Ops 2, right, Simba? Simba agrees.
I like Black Ops 2.
He wants his dinner so
I'm
bad.
excited. I'm excited about the Sledgehammer game because it's like I think it's a good balance between
The two.
Infinity Ward and Treyarch because I love Treyarch games,
Yeah.
but I don't like the feel of the game. I don't know if that makes
Like
sense.
clunky kind of.
See,
Yeah.
I'm weird
Compared
because
to
like
IW.
BO2 for me feels like the perfect game. Like for me, I got used to it, so I don't know what it
Okay.
is. I played it the most, so it like everything when I
it's-
play BO2, it feels right.
Okay.
But like for
That's-
you, it's probably MW2 because like that's
Yeah.
like your baby,
Yeah.
so that feels right.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, even Ghost, like the movement felt so great.
That's what
Yeah, I
like,
like those
too.
IW does
Yeah.
so good. Like I don't know
was
what it
fluid.
is. Everything's really responsive.
Yeah.
Whereas on Treyarch games, it's like you're kind of maneuvering yourself through.
Especially with BO3.
Yeah.
And like every time there was an update with BO3, I felt like I had to spend like a year, not actually, but like hours just figuring out how to like compensate for the shots
Yeah.
and stuff again.
Yeah.
But Hopefully it's
Call
good.
of Duty, man. We'll see what
Call of
happens.
Duty.
I mean, you keep
Call of
thinking
Duty.
every year, like, oh, it's so bad. Maybe it'll be better next year. Then it's like,
Nope.
it's still not, though. What do we do? And
Yeah.
and that's why I think you're seeing such an uptick in like H1Z1 and these other games that are really popular right now. Like,
Because H1Z1 is not a good game by any
It's
stretch
not
of
a
the
good
imagination.
game
that's
at
the
all.
best part about
Broken.
it, though. It reminds me of like that
But it's
Modern
fun.
Warfare 2. Like, it's so random. That's the worst
you
and
got-
best parts
yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, you've got to make it your own, you know? Like, you've got to
Yeah.
own all of these random glitches.
Yeah, you really
know?
do.
So, yeah.
And like when you're doing well in H1Z1 too, you literally feel like a god. Like you were put on planet Earth to literally just dominate in H1Z1.
true.
And then when you lose, you're like, what? This is the worst.
This is the worst game ever.
The worst game of all time.
Yeah.
And then as you're saying that, you're just queuing up.
You're just
Yeah.
queuing.
I can't stand this game. Just
Yeah, I've got like a
queue,
running
accept.
tally of the most ridiculous ways to die in this game. Like, I've been killed like in the stupidest ways. I got killed by a door. The door opened and it said killed by environment. 100% to 0 second I landed by opening a door.
I mean, the game hates on the game's a player hater, really. I think.
It hates me.
That is true.
But when you,
Yeah.
I just before we recorded this, actually, I was on H1 and I like parachuted down, couldn't land on the ground, went through it and died. I was like, and now I have to go sit in the queue with these people screaming again, like sick.
Yeah, I love falling through the ground. You're just like looking up and it's like, what what is happening? God damn.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool,
It's terrible.
man. Well, do you guys think this is a good spot to wrap? Numero
think
tres.
it
That went
is. I
very.
think it is.
That was like the fastest hour of my life. I'm pretty sure.
It was
I
good.
love the new podcast wave.
Do you?
I
I
really
yeah.
love it.
I
because I love
think.
talking.
Well,
Yeah.
well, me too. And I think that like. I don't know. I feel like the world needs more podcasts because there's like
Yeah.
a group that could be interested in like the like for example the podcast. If you guys don't know, Hitch is doing his own podcast with MiDNiTE called the Flycast, and
Flycast.
they're privileged enough to do it in person, which I think is like
Yeah.
super dope.
awesome.
It reminds me of like Joe Rogan. Would
Oh,
you
and I
guys?
definitely. I heard you guys on the last podcast saying you don't know if you could use the podcast setup in Champs. You guys can definitely use the podcast setup.
Really?
during
Yeah,
Champs.
You're in
I actually
Anaheim?
didn't want to bother the setup. I was rude
No,
and said we
yeah.
should bother Hex.
I don't
Yeah.
want
My
to.
bad.
Well,
You
because
can
like.
definitely use it.
Do you agree that Hex is like very Hex about his things though? Like
Yes, he is.
he's
but
very Hector
for
about
you,
his
He
things.
loves you, Ashley.
different. Yeah.
You could trust me, Hector. I'm always. I'll give you it back. I
Well,
promise.
it's already all going to be set up in a room. I'm guessing if he
Well,
brings
yeah.
it there, it's just going to be set
Yeah, it's
up,
gonna
so
be
we don't even have
Yo.
to touch it. It's just like
Give us an hour, bro. We got.
yeah, give us an hour. You got it. No,
You're,
that'd be
you're going
awesome.
to Anaheim for sure, right, Hitch? You're-
Anaheim? Yes.
Yeah, like
'Cause-
I've got my tickets already. Like
100,000%.
I've got my plane. I've got my flight booked. I still have to like. I'm trying to be sneaky and get a media badge. I don't think I'm going to be able to get one, so I'm going to have to actually buy a ticket. But like I'm set. I'm going.
You can get a media badge.
I can get a media
You're
badge.
fine. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see about getting that then.
We'll talk to someone who knows someone that knows
Yeah.
media badge people.
They give media badges away like candy.
Give
That's
me
what you
one
were saying,
too,
but I sent an
then.
email and nobody's got back to me yet. So I was like, oh, okay.
Cry.
Yeah. Okay.
I
No,
think
yeah,
we'll
that'd be
we'll get
awesome.
you in touch with the right people because sometimes the email's hard too. Maybe you just
Yes.
need an intro. Get you a
Bless you.
media badge.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. that'd be awesome.
Anaheim's going to be so much fun. I can't
That'd be-
wait.
yeah, I'm so excited. Like honestly, if you need help with anything, let me know because like I'm totally down to like
Okay. Yeah,
do anything
I'll
like that.
definitely. I'll definitely keep that in mind for sure.
Hector,
Yeah.
tripod number 3, bro.
Yeah,
Right
it's an
here.
important event.
Yeah,
It is.
It is.
Well, it
it's like the
is.
last event before like
Is
Yeah.
it?
so,
Prior to Champs, right?
yeah.
Because Anaheim's in June, Champs is in August.
August.
There might be
so
a
it's
UMG in between, maybe.
There hasn't been a UMG event
Yeah,
this year. So I
there
don't know.
hasn't. They haven't done.
That's
I don't know if
true.
they're even planning on
Dude,
doing
what's
it.
up with that? Is
I
there
have
like
no
something
clue.
up with that? Are they
I have no
struggling, or
Because
is it
I knew
just
for a
like
long time. I don't even think they needed to throw an event because wagers were doing so well.
Right.
Yeah.
They changed their whole website. So now I don't, and it's like, and now
They did.
Call of Duty's kind of dead. So
Yeah.
nobody's playing wagers. Now their website's different. So I don't know.
weird?
what's
Either
going-
way,
I
Anaheim's
gotta-
gonna be a big one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to go. I'm like 50-50 on it now, but now more like 75-25.
75. Come on. Remember
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
were 50-50
Like
on the
90
podcast?
well, I've
and
been
look what we're
to-
doing right now.
And I've been
Yeah.
to all of them like in the last like 4 years, basically that they had. So
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's go. Just do it.
All right. Well, maybe we'll do a podcast from it. Maybe Hitch will stop by on that podcast too. We don't know.
There you go.
Always down.
But
Whatever.
yeah, we'd love to have you back for sure because you just have really good insight. I think just being in the community for so long, like there's a lot of
And the
common
hustle.
ground there.
Like the
I
mold in the
respect
apartment
that.
spoke to me because I had an apartment that had like black molds in like the ventilation, and it was brutal. So like to actually have your closet filled with it, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I mean,
crazy.
yeah, that's
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
yes.
Yeah.
Those stories are crazy.
They
But
are.
I'm glad I was able to tell it. That was weird. That stream was really weird, but
But I loved it.
Glad it happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I'm glad you shared it on YouTube because you usually stream when I have to sleep. So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
true. Really times.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again for coming
Yeah,
on,
thanks so much.
Davis.
Yeah, of
Appreciate
course.
it. My cats are really happy because now they're gonna get to eat. So I feed them literally at 9 and 9 every day, so they know. That's why they're like all over me. They're like, "Hello, what are you doing?"
It just hit 9 there, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, it's 11 here. So
Oh, word. I
Yeah.
forget. You're not 1
Sorry.
hour ahead of me.
I'm Atlantic Standard Time.
What is-
I'm so east. I'm Atlantic.
What is Atlantic Standard Time? I've never even heard of that.
Oh, what is that?
New Brunswick, Canada.
Dude, you're like way over there.
Yeah, that's why people are
wow.
always like, you have way more time to sleep than you say you do. And I'm like, I really don't.
That's
But
cool.
yeah,
Well,
no,
yeah. Now,
yeah.
do you do
I
daylight
feel bad.
savings
No
time?
wonder.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Did
I probably
you-
wouldn't have started going
Do
to sleep
y'all
until now
do
anyway, so
daylight
it's fine.
savings time?
Yeah, we
Okay.
do. Yeah,
Well,
do
like
y'all
Arizona
do
doesn't, so I don't know. Some states or
no,
places
we
just
do
don't
it, so it's gonna hit me.
participate.
It's gonna hit me extra hard tomorrow. I have to like wake up at
Aw.
4:30. It's gonna feel like 3:30.
Leave a like for Amanda having no sleep.
Yeah.
Grind.
This is
Yeah,
the grind.
go subscribe to her. Go subscribe. She deserves a sub anyway.
Subscribe to
But
Hitch.
subscribe to all of our links are down here.
Everybody.
And they'll be in the
Uh,
description
Yeah.
too. So thank you again
Yeah.
for coming on. This is episode 3 of Power Down. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you next week. Bye, Felicia.